What's up, fam? It's your boy Kirk Nugent, and we're gonna look at the Ecamm scene export process, right? Exporting scenes from one Mac that has Ecamm on it to another, and what all goes into it, what carries over, what do you have to redo. I'm gonna even tell you how I'm using it for my productions. So, without any further ado, let's dive in and figure out how it all works. I'm Kirk Nugent, and I teach small businesses, faith-based entities, and entrepreneurs how to simplify live video mechanics to shine a floodlight on their brand. And in this video, we're going to be looking at the Ecamm scene export process. Here's what I want to say right at the outset. The scenes setup in Ecamm is the secret sauce. That is where everything happens. Everything is linked to scenes. You put things in their different places. It remembers it based on the scene. The scene is like the key, man. It holds everything together. I have based my entire productions, everything that I do for clients and for my own stuff off of the scenes setup, the scenes window. So when I realized that you could export scenes, of course, a lot of us know that, I was like, all right, this is great. But I didn't realize how powerful it was until I began to send scenes to clients for them to be able to use for their productions themselves. So let's look at the scene setup on my desktop. So now we're in live demo mode, and I'm showing you my whole desktop. You're seeing even some of my notes for the video. But essentially, I have a client set of scenes here. This is called Marriage Incorporated. That's the name of the company for the client. And they have all these scenes here. These call it 29 scenes here that that we will be using for their production. This was something that happened last month. I'm actually going to go into preview mode so that you can still see me over this way, over in the corner over there, while we toggle through some of these scenes. So here is the countdown. You're seeing the countdown there. Everything is designed. The countdown clock is there. Live program will begin shortly. Everything is working there. So that's the countdown clock. Here is the first scene. And of course, this would be, instead of my camera, this would be set to the camera that the client would be using. And so you would see that there. When you export this, it will not stay because, of course, there'll be different cameras connected to the other system. So that is something that's there. And then as you go through some of these other scenes, you're seeing, you know, this person is here. And I have a legend for the client as well in terms of who should be added at what time and in what scene, right? So as guests are coming in, here's your legend. When this one is Oliver and Denise, when Oliver and Denise come in, assign them to guest one, and you can see that guest one is already in this scene. And if you go through, I'm not going to go through all of these, but guest two is here, guest three is here, and so on and so forth. The other thing that is already set up for them is their intro video. And the reason why it's not playing is because, of course, I'm in preview mode. So I'm going to click play on that, and you'll see the intro video is here. If we were not in preview mode, that would have automatically played. If I go down here to the outro, you could see that that video is also working, and it is slightly different in that it has some credits on there. These scenes have all been set up and designed. You can see in the overlays window what's in each scene, right? So here's a scene for Tara Natalie, who's a speaker, and she's guest one. So when Tara comes in, the client, who is going to be the producer for this, knows to add them as guest one, and then when they get to this scene, that scene is already set and ready to go. And that's the beauty of scenes. So now, what does that process look like to export this? So all we've got to do is grab this folder here, which basically houses all of the scenes for the client. Grab that folder and drag it to the downloads folder. I'm just going to drag it right here, and you'll see marriageinc.ecamm live. It populates in here. The other thing that is really critical is that all of my files, all the graphics and all the videos are saved in this folder right here. So when I brought them into Ecamm, I brought them in from this folder, from the Thrive Conference folder, which is in the downloads folder on my computer. And that's critical because you need to be able to take that same folder with the same files, especially video files, particularly video files, and bring it back on the next Mac that you want to set this up on in the same location. So all I need to do is upload both this Thrive Conference folder and this marriageinc.ecamm live file to a shared folder, a cloud location, or a external drive, whatever works best. So here I am in Google Drive, and I have uploaded the Thrive Conference folder and the marriageinc.ecamm live file. Both of them are uploaded to Google Drive, and I'm going to bring them down on a different computer over there. What's up, fam? We are back. I am on a different system. Some of you know that we have set up our studio to be able to have a couple different looks. And so at this station, I have my Mac Mini. And so I'm going to actually transfer the files that we just uploaded over there to here. And we're going to walk through this process. This is actually the crux of the video. Everything else is preamble. Everything else you know already. This is the part, importing it onto another system. This is critical. So let's look at my desktop. This is Google Drive, where the files were uploaded to, right? So I've got the Thrive Conference folder. I've got the marriageinc.ecamm live file. So this is the scenes file. And so I'm going to download both of these onto my desktop and into the downloads folder. That's where they were on that system over there, the downloads folder. So let's look at that. So now we're on live demo mode, right? And you're seeing me on the desktop here, and we're seeing all the different folders and the different things. Ecamm scene window, overlays window, sound effects window. So nothing to really get too excited about yet. Here is the Finder window, and here are the files that I've downloaded. The Marriage Inc. Ecamm live file. We have the Thrive Conference zip file, which I have extracted, and it is just called Thrive Conf, which is exactly how it was on the MacBook Pro over there. And so now I have this all here. All my files are there. All my videos are in there. That's the critical piece. And what I'm going to do is just simply double click on this Ecamm live file, the Marriage Inc. Ecamm live file, and that is going to take its own little sweet time. And then you see that the scenes window has expanded to show that it now has the Marriage Inc. folder in there, right? And all of the different scenes that are in that folder are on display. So let's just spot check a few of them, right? So here, the first scene is the countdown, and you're seeing on the screen, we're still in live demo mode, that the countdown file is there and it is working. And you can see that the mute for both the interview mode and the microphone is there. Of course, I'm in preview mode so that you can still see me over in the program window. And these scenes that we're testing are just in preview. So we have that. Here now, I'm gonna just check. This is the scene for the hosts. Now, the only thing that they will need to do when I send this to the client is for them to actually come here, click on this pencil, and select their camera. They will have to do that for every scene that they are in as the host. But for their guests, as long as they follow the legend that I provided for them, you know, this guest will be in this scene, then they should be able to add them in as soon as they come into the system with no issues. Let me show you what I'm talking about. So here's one of their first guests. So guest one, and you can see on the screen that guest one is already there. Second thing I want to show here is that the scene is fully set up, right? Lower thirds are there. The background is there. The two videos are there. You can see all of the overlays on this side. Everything is there. It's locked in place. It's ready to go. There is nothing that needs to be done for the client or by the client to be able to set this up. And for most of these scenes, you're pretty much going to see a similar scenario across the board. However, one of the real tests of this whole thing is going to be videos. All the other files are held within that Ecamm Live stuff file, right? That the graphics The overlays, they're all held where the cameras go. Those settings, they're all held in that Ecamm Live file. But videos are not. If you don't put videos in the right place, right? So if we go back over here to the downloads folder, you're seeing that the Thrive Conference folder is here. It was in the downloads folder on my MacBook Pro, and the videos are also in here. As I mentioned before, the Ecamm Live file holds graphics, but it does not hold videos. And so the true test is going to be if we play our intro video. So I'm going to click this right now. And because I'm in preview mode, I will actually have to click play manually. But you are seeing that this video is playing. This is the actual intro video for this conference. And this video is working fine. I haven't done anything to add it back to the system. This scene is fully intact. So this is the intro video. Let's try the outro video. Scroll all the way down to the bottom, and I'm going to click on this last scene here and click play again. If I was not in preview mode, I wouldn't need to click play, but I still want you guys to see me on screen over here in the small box. But you can see that this is absolutely the outro video for the conference. Credits are rolling. There was one pre-recorded speaker that they had for the conference, and that is in this scene, scene 26. So I'm going to go here. I'm going to click play on that scene. And for sure, that video is playing as well. So you've seen it for yourself. All the videos for this set of scenes, for this conference, for this client, not only did they export properly, but because we have them in the right folder, in the right space, all of them are actually coming up with no intervention from me on this system. So there you have it. That's all of it in a nutshell. I'm hoping that this was useful for you. I'm hoping that you see different ways that you can utilize this. A lot of people were already familiar with the fact that you can export scenes. Yes, people moving from one Mac to another. You got a new Mac Mini, everybody's getting an M1. You could export your scenes that you have worked tirelessly to create. You can export them to another system. For me, however, who builds out systems for clients, who builds out designs and scenes and full productions for clients. You have clients who are familiar with Ecamm, but they don't want to go through the tedious tasks of building out all the scenes and the designs. I'm doing that for my clients. I'm able to build all that stuff out and send it to them, and all they need to do is import the files into the same location, right? The downloads folder, and double click the Ecamm Live file, and that's it. They're able to just set their host camera up in all the different scenes, and they're ready to go. And that could be really handy. And I'm actually interested. I'm laying out the challenge right now for all of my subscribers, those who are watching this video. Let me know in the comments, how would you use this feature? I know how I use it currently, but maybe you guys have some new ones that I haven't thought of before. Hoping again that this was valuable for you. This is what we're all about here at How It All Works. Getting all of the hurdles out of the way so that you can achieve your goals in creating community and getting your message out to the world. Lastly, want to share, of course, if you haven't subscribed already, we would love if you could do that. We're on a mission here to get to 5,000 subscribers by the end of the summer, and we're well on our way. We are celebrating 1 year of content creation, 1 year of live shows on the channel, How It All Works. And so would love if you could check us out, some of the pop-up live streams that we're doing to celebrate, plus the conference. The next level conference is how we're celebrating as well. So that link will be in the description if you want to register. 3 live shows that we have every week, and that is Monday with Convos and Collabs at 7 p.m. Central. Wednesdays in the middle of the week for the midweek huddle, 12:30 Central Standard Time as well. Then on Fridays, we have the virtual cafe, and it's late, sometimes 10 p.m. Central, sometimes even later. But it's a crazy space, really a lot of fun and a ton of value. Definitely come and check us out. We'd love to see you in the comments. It's your boy, Kirk Nugent, the Geek Speaker Preacher, hoping that somewhere in the video today, somewhere as I was showing you some of these things in Ecamm, you were able to figure out how it all works. We'll see you in the next video.